Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the FM candidate debate for Ward 5. My name is Michael Peters. I'm the station manager of Red FM Calgary. Firstly, welcome and thank you very much for coming out. It's great to see a great crowd here. I will quickly read the rules, how this debate will work in English. Followed by that, we will quickly read the rules, not me, of course, in Punjabi, just to make sure that our audience is familiar with how this debate will take place. The language of the debate is in English tonight. The moderator, Rishi Nagar, will translate some of the important questions to the audience, just to make sure that the audience is clear on the questions. The debate is divided into 4 rounds. The candidates are in alphabetical order of their last names. In all the 4 rounds, during the candidate's response, there will be a warning bell indicating that they have 15 seconds to conclude their response. Thereafter, a second bell will ring at the end of their response, and the candidates must respect all of the allotted response times. The moderator will have the right to stop a candidate from speaking further, and their mics can be switched off. For the first round, we're referring to it as the introduction and platform. Each candidate will stand here, and they're given 90 seconds to give a background on their campaign or a briefing on their mandate. Second round are questions that Red FM has put together. There are 6 questions. Rishi will read a question. All 5 candidates that are here tonight will be given an opportunity to come up to the podium and to respond to each question. For the second round, the candidates are given 30 seconds to give an answer. And again, it's in English. For the third round, we're calling it Crossfire. This is a little bit different. We ask each candidate to come up here. They are given an opportunity to invite one other candidate up here, one at each podium. The first candidate can ask the other candidate a question. They're given up to 30 seconds to ask their question. And then they have 90 seconds in which to debate each other over the question. Finally, round 4. It's the final pitch. In this statement round, candidates will present their closing pitch with reasons why you should vote for them. The time allotted for their closing pitch is just 90 seconds. And again, they'll have the 15-second warning and then a buzzer at the 90-second point. As mentioned earlier, the candidates must respond and respect all of the allotted times. Gurbachan Brar and Neha Tandon are keeping track of time and rules. Mike is our technical boss tonight. Rupi flew in from Vancouver to facilitate the debate on Facebook. Amu is operating our board at Red FM, taking care of the broadcast signal. And I just want to thank all of you guys for coming. So without further ado, I'm going to ask Gurbachan Brar to please come up here and explain the same set of rules in Punjabi. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. Red FM ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕਰਵਾਈ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਵਾਰਡ 5 ਦੇ ਕੌਂਸਲਰ ਦੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਬੇਟ 'ਚ ਆਪ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੱਜਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੁਝ ਲੇਟ ਆਏ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਦੇ ਨਿਯਮ ਤੇ ਰੂਪ ਬਣਤਰ ਕੁਝ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ। ਡਿਬੇਟ ਦੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕੌਂਸਲ ਦੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ 'ਚ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਡਿਬੇਟ ਨੂੰ 4 ਹਿੱਸਿਆਂ 'ਚ ਵੰਡਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਖਰੀ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵਰਨਮਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਅੱਖਰਾਂ ਅਨੁਸਾਰ ਤਰਤੀਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿਠਾਏ ਗਏ ਨੇ। ਚਾਰੇ ਰਾਉਂਡਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਘੰਟੀ ਸੁਣਾਈ ਦੇਵੇਗੀ, ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਕੋਲ 15 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਬਾਕੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਬਚਦੇ 15 ਸੈਕਿੰਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਘੰਟੀ ਵੱਜੇਗੀ, ਜਿਸ ਦਾ ਭਾਵ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਸ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ। ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦਾ ਹਰ ਹਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਪਵੇਗਾ। ਸਮਾਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੋਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਬੋਲਣਾ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਮੋਡਰੇਟਰ ਕੋਲ ਇਸ ਗੱਲ ਦਾ ਅਧਿਕਾਰ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਬੋਲਣ ਤੋਂ ਰੋਕ ਦੇਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਮਾਈਕ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦੇਵੇ। ਪਹਿਲਾ ਰਾਉਂਡ ਜਾਣ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ ਤੇ ਚੋਣ ਮਨੋਰਥ। ਇਸ ਰਾਉਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਾਣ ਪਹਿਚਾਣ ਕਰਵਾਏਗਾ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪਿਛੋਕੜ ਬਾਰੇ ਸੰਖੇਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੱਸੇਗਾ ਅਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਚੋਣ ਮਨੋਰਥ ਦੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇਵੇਗਾ। ਉਸ ਕੋਲ 90 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਜਾਂ 1.5 ਮਿੰਟ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਦੂਸਰਾ ਰਾਊਂਡ ਲੋਕ ਜਾਣਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਰੈਡ ਐਫਐਮ ਦੇ ਹੋਸਟ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੋਡਰੇਟਰ ਦਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਨਿਭਾ ਰਹੇ ਰਿਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਗਰ ਹਰੇਕ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕੁੱਲ 6 ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਣਗੇ। ਸਵਾਲ ਵਾਰੀ-ਵਾਰੀ ਤੇ ਬਦਲ-ਬਦਲ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਛੇ ਜਾਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਦੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਲ ਘੱਟੋ-ਘੱਟ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੇਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਹਰੇਕ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਵਾਬ 30 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰੇਗਾ। ਤੀਜਾ ਰਾਊਂਡ ਕ੍ਰਾਸ ਫਾਇਰ। ਇਸ ਦਿਲਚਸਪ ਤੀਸਰੇ ਰਾਊਂਡ 'ਚ ਇਹਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਕ੍ਰਾਸ ਫਾਇਰ। ਨਾਮ ਦੀ ਤਰਤੀਬ ਨਾਲ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੁੰਦਿਆਂ ਹਰ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਰੋਧੀ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛੇਗਾ। ਸਵਾਲ 30 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਕੋਲ 2 ਮਿੰਟ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਸਵਾਲ ਪੁੱਛਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਟੋਕ ਵੀ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਖਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇ ਸਕੇਗਾ। ਚੌਥਾ ਰਾਊਂਡ ਆਖਰੀ ਦੌਰ। ਇਸ ਦੌਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਰੇਕ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਆਖਰੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਸਮੇਟਣੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਤੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੋਟ ਕਿਉਂ ਪਾਉਣ। ਹਰੇਕ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ 90 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰੇਗਾ। ਗੱਲ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵਾਂਗ ਹੀ 15 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਘੰਟੀ ਵੱਜੇਗੀ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ ਬਚਦੇ ਅਗਲੇ 15 ਸੈਕਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਆਪਣੀ ਗੱਲ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰ ਸਕੇਗਾ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਹਰੇਕ ਉਮੀਦਵਾਰ ਸਮਾਂ ਸੀਮਾ ਨੂੰ ਧਿਆਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੇ ਅਤੇ ਨਿਰਧਾਰਤ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਦੇਵੇ। ਸਮੇਂ ਦਾ ਧਿਆਨ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਮੇਰੀ ਡਿਊਟੀ ਲਗਾਈ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਿਊਸਰ ਨੇਹਾ ਟੰਡਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਰੂਪਰੇਖਾ ਤਿਆਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਉਹ ਫੋਟੋਗ੍ਰਾਫੀ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਮਾਈਕ ਮੈਕਿਊ ਹੈ ਸਾਡਾ ਤਕਨੀਕੀ ਬੌਸ ਹੈ। ਰੂਪੀ ਬੈਂਸ ਵੈਨਕੂਵਰ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਉਹ ਇਸ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਦਾ ਰੈਡ ਐਫਐਮ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਰਣ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਰੈਡ ਐਫਐਮ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਔਨ 에ਅਰ ਰੂਮ ਤੋਂ ਅਮੂ ਨਾਗਰ ਬੋਰਡ ਆਪਰੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਅਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਨੂੰ ਆਪੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਸੁਣ ਸਕੋਗੇ। ਸਾਡੀ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਭ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ-ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ। ਹੁਣ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਡਿਬੇਟ ਦੇ ਮੋਡਰੇਟਰ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਭ ਦੀ ਜਾਣੀ ਪਛਾਣੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੋਸਟ ਰਿਸ਼ੀ ਨਾਗਰ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਨ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।
Thank you, Bradji. May I request Mike, please let us know what type of well we hear.
15 seconds.
So this will mean that you are left with 15 seconds. Is it okay, sir? This is the bell. No? So time is over. Not for me. So I welcome Mr. Sarbdeep Badwan, sitting at number 1. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, just wait, sir. Just wait. Mr. George Chahal, sitting at number 2. Mr. Theodore Dinka, we shall spell his name, will pronounce his name as Theodore Dinka. His actual pronunciation is Theodore Dink. Thank you very much, sir. Hirdepal Singh Jassal is the next candidate. Mr. Balraj Nijjar is the last but not the least candidate. Aryan Sadat has confirmed that he is not coming. Yes. So we shall start with the first round. Here the candidates will give their introduction and their platform. And I invite the first candidate, Mr. Badwan, to please present your introduction and platform.
Round 1. Introductions.
First of all, thank you, Red FM. Thank you, everybody. Thank you inviting me to here. It's honor to be here with you and share this stage with my fellow candidates. It's important to have this discussion so that you people of the Ward 5 have all the information you need to take and make your mind before you vote. Now I will introduce myself. My name is Preet Badwan and I'm running for a councillor from Ward 5. I have lived here in the Northeast for over 17 years. It's my home. It's where I'm raising my family and it's where I live. I started my successful small business and it's where I plan to live when I retired. I am proud to live in this area. I'm honored to share it with incredible neighbors and friends. During these 17 years, I have organized many community volunteer programs, especially from the last few years I served as a Coral Spring Association Director. But most importantly, I've been listening to you, the people of the Northeast. You are telling me that Northeast has no plan. City Council has no plan for Ward 5. And City Council not address the issue that matter to us seriously. That's why I'm running. Thank you.
15 seconds.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Mr. George Chahal to present your platform and your introduction, sir.
Good evening, everybody. Saryanu pyar pari, sat sri akal, assalamu alaikum, namaste, yali madad. My name is George Chahal. I'm running for municipal council in Ward 5. First of all, I would like to thank Red FM, the Genesis Center, all the volunteers for putting this debate together. Also, I'd like to thank all the thousands of listeners on the radio and the candidates for attending this evening. I want to thank my parents who immigrated to this country to give me and my siblings an opportunity to succeed. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I also want to thank my wife, Amin, and my 3 lovely girls for supporting me and giving me a lot of love. Thank you. I've had the opportunity to be born right here in Northeast Calgary. I grew up in the community of Saddle Ridge and lived and worked here for over 40 years. I've had the opportunity to graduate from Crescent Heights High School, get a bachelor's degree in economics and a master's degree in city planning from the University of Calgary. I've worked in our ward and community. You know what? My first job was at McDonald's.
15 seconds.
And I later worked at CIBC. I believe diversity is the strength of our community and we all need to work together. We need to create healthy and more livable communities. By upgrading our infrastructure, planning and developing a new North Calgary recreational facility, expanding the Genesis Center, and having safe and clean communities, and collectively engaging our
Your time is
residents,
over, sir.
working better for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I request Mr. Tudor Dinka, please.
Hello, everyone. As all the candidates have mentioned already, thank you very much to Red FM and to the Genesis Center for setting up this event, this debate. And of course, thank you to you, all the residents of Ward 5. Without an active participation from the voters, from the members of the community, our democracy wouldn't be healthy. So thank you for taking the time to get better informed of what's important in your area. So my name is Tudor Dinka. I'm a candidate for council. And as many of you, I am an immigrant. My family immigrated to Canada in 2001, and the first place they called home was Castle Ridge. I grew up in the area. I made my first friends in Canada in the area. I had my first experiences in the area, from job, from making friends to playing sport. It all happened in this area. So it goes without saying that I am incredibly attached to the location, to the people who still live in the area, and through all the memories that I've made here. From my experience from door knocking and from all the time that I do spend here, 2017 brings new boundaries. It's going to bring a new councillor, and it's going to bring new communities. And whoever will be elected on October the 16th will have a monumental task of rebuilding our old neighborhoods in order to
15
meet
seconds.
our modern expectations, and to make sure that development of the new neighborhoods will meet our modern expectations for the next 20 to 30 years. I look forward to the debate, and I look forward to hearing from you as well of what will be your concerns. Thank you so much.
I request Mr. Hirdepal Singh Jassal to please present your platform.
Good evening to everyone. My name is Hirdepal Singh Jassal. I'm really thankful to you and Radio Red FM as well for it's a big event today and giving me opportunity to share my platform with you guys. So my all education is from India. I have done with few courses from SAT and I cleared my CGA level 3 from Calgary. So I came Canada in 2006. It was October. Within 5-6 years, this system of Canada has given me a lot of opportunities and all those things, you know, whatever in your dream. So in 2012, I thought I should pay back with some volunteer services. This is what I have doing since 2012. And with my good leadership skill, I having a very good stand with those volunteer organizations. And my platform, running as a candidate for this council, as a councillor for Ward 5, is the bring your voice to the city council. This is what I seriously
15
stand
seconds.
for, the monthly town hall meetings. This is one of the priority of my platform is. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Balraj Nijjar.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Red FM for organizing such a wonderful debate. And thanks to all Red FM listeners, those who are sitting at home and listening to us. And thank you, very wonderful crowd. My name is Balraj Nijjar. I have done master's degree in information technology and currently I am working with City of Calgary. I migrated to Canada about 10 years ago. And since that, I have been living in this world with my parents, 2 kids, and with my wife. Currently, I'm Vice President of Skyview Ranch Community Association, and I'm volunteering more than 6 non-profit organizations: Punjabi Community Health Services, Calgary Senior Source Society, Calgary Immigration Services, and I was Vice Chair of Chris Ackerman School. My platform is based on research. First, I want to hold the line on property tax, improvement in transportation
15
infrastructure,
seconds.
safer and sustainable world. Another important thing, I want to bring business development zone in our ward. And obviously, LRT extension to Skyview and
The time is
Redstone
over,
community. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Red FM Live from Genesis Center for the Ward 5 Councillor Candidate Election Debate.
I request Mr. Sarvdeep Badwan to please come on the podium.
Round 2, question and answer.
Question is, I can repeat the question if you say, sir. The number of applicants waiting to get into an affordable property is more than 3,000 in 2017. Housing has been a burning issue in Calgary for long. What is your understanding of this problem? If elected, how would you address this problem, including affordable houses? ਸਸਤੇ ਜਾਂ ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਲ ਘਰ ਲੈਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਦਰਖਾਸਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਿਣਤੀ 2017 ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ 3000 ਪਾਰ ਕਰ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਕੈਲਗਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਿਰਦਰਦੀ ਦਾ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਬਣਿਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੀ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਹੋ? ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੁਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਲ ਹਾਊਸਿਸ ਦੀ ਇਸ ਸਮੱਸਿਆ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਉਪਰਾਲੇ ਕਰੋਗੇ? Your time starts now.
Rishi ji, first of all, it's a great question. I will tell you, I'm in favor of affordable homes. Mostly people think I'm not in favor because I fight for the Genesis. That's an attainable home. I'm just fighting because it's not a suitable place to build. Reason because city of Calgary have 10,000 houses. That's the biggest landlord. And almost 30% houses empty. We need to fix those houses instead of building the new ones. That's why I'm in favor of.
Thank you, sir. ਤਾੜੀਆਂ ਮਾਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਚੀਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਕਿਹਾ। May I request Mr. Chahal to please come on podium. And the question is, in East Village, University District and Curry, these are the three areas of our city. In East Village, University District and Curry areas of Calgary, the developers of the new subdivisions give back to the community by providing facilities or sharing in costs. Whereas here in Ward 5, a developer of a new subdivision is not required to pay back to the community. For example, share in the capital, cost of schools, and the subdivision's share of LRT and ring road cost, etc. Should developers be required to pay these costs in your ward? Please explain. The question is in Punjabi. Calgary ਦੇ ਈਸਟ ਵਿਲੇਜ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਡਿਸਟ੍ਰਿਕਟ ਤੇ ਕਰੀ ਇਲਾਕਿਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਬ ਡਿਵੀਜ਼ਨਾਂ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਬਣਨ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਸੁਵਿਧਾਵਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਰਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਦੇਣਦਾਰੀ ਦਾ ਉਹ ਫਰਜ਼ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਵਾਰਡ ਨੰਬਰ 5 ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਬ ਡਿਵੀਜ਼ਨ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਲਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਫਰਜ਼ ਦੀ ਅਦਾਇਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ, ਨਾ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਸਕੂਲ ਇਮਾਰਤ, LRT ਜਾਂ ਰਿੰਗ ਰੋਡ ਦੇ ਖਰਚੇ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਅਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ ਡਿਵੈਲਪਰ ਨੂੰ ਅਜਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ? Your time starts now.
Well, I believe in strong schools and recreational facilities, but we do need to make sure that costs are not being passed down to home buyers. Yes, I would support and like to promote these initiatives through public-private partnerships, but we need to work in the best interest for our residents and taxpayers. One example and one way to do this is to work with developers and give them opportunities for additional densities, and they can provide investment. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Here's a small mistake on my part. Did you understand that? Did you get it? Yes. So I'll improve it now. So I go back to the first question, sir, and I repeat the question. The number of applicants waiting to get into an affordable property is more than 3,000 in 2017. Housing has been a burning issue in Calgary for long. What is your understanding of this problem? If elected, how would you address this problem, including affordable homes?
Right, so as Mr. Baldwin mentioned, the City of Calgary already has some properties that they're now putting to maximum use. They should renew them and put it for people that are low-income families that are looking for housing. Second thing that I would do, there's a lot of vacant apartments currently that a lot of developers cannot sell. So there should be a partnership with the city and those builders to make sure that we can give affordable housing and add that as an option. I would say some more, but I only have 5 seconds left, so I wouldn't be able to finish the point. Thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Jassal. Do you want me to repeat?
No, is it the same question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Time starts now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm absolutely favoring the high quality of affordable housing. Definitely, if I will be elected, if I will be there, I will try to contact the housing management bodies and the authorities that this affordable housing must be on the good quality. This is what my message is. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. Mr. Nijat. So, do you want me to repeat?
Affordable housing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do you want me to repeat?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Your time starts now, sir.
As the ward resident, I know this is a big challenge for our ward. So my plan is I will look for the legalization of secondary suites option. I want to bring program Grow Home. It was used by Montreal for affordable housing in the past. I want to give affordable housing access to surplus government land. Want to work the public-private partnership and with other non-profit organizations to provide flexible economics option. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I request Mr. Chahal to answer this question? My apologies.
No problem.
Do you want me to repeat?
No, it's about affordable housing.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've had the opportunity to do my master's thesis in affordable housing. I've done work for the city of Calgary. Simplest way, we approve secondary suites. We start by legalizing them so they're safe and secure for our residents. That's the easiest way to promote more affordable housing in our city. Our city is so far behind other cities in this nation. This is something we can do very quickly and very efficiently, and also cut red tape at City Hall so we don't have to have these lineups for applications. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I jump to the next question that has already been asked, and Mr. Chahal has answered to it. I will request Mr. Tudor Dinka to please come on podium, and I'll repeat the question for you, sir. In East Village, University District, and Curry areas of Calgary, the developers of the new subdivisions, they give back to the community by providing facilities or sharing in costs. Whereas here in Ward 5, a developer of a new subdivision is not required to pay back to the community. For example, share in the capital cost of schools and subdivisions, share of LRT, etc. Should developers required to pay these costs in your ward? Your time
Absolutely.
starts now.
Okay.
Yes.
Absolutely. Until 2016, developers didn't have to contribute anything to this suburb development that they were taking part in. This is unacceptable. We can already see that in the new communities that we have in Ward 5, we have no community centers, we have no fuel houses, we have no LRT expansion, and it's unacceptable that we have two different approaches for the inner city communities and for the outer city communities. This is not acceptable. They should be exactly the same, and they should contribute. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So you want me to repeat question?
Yes, I'm in the favor that they have to pay those facilities. The reason is that if they're not paying their share, might be there another hike in the property tax. This is what I'm in the favor of this one. The builders have to pay their part is. Thank you
Right.
very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Nijjar. So, question repeat?
Cost sharing, right?
Yes, sir.
So with that,
Do you want me to repeat?
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. It helps to build partnership and trust. However, you have to make sure that such costs do not eventually trickle down to the home buyers. Living in this world, I feel that certain public works, internal or external, could be done before the actual development cost. Cost sharing agreement should be part of the application during development permit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, do you want me to repeat?
No, I'm good because I'm the last one, so Yes, absolutely. If the developer want to build a new subdivision, it's a great. But on the other side, then I can't see any reason why it's not developer responsibility to put in some of the services they need to attract the buyers. The city need to set out the rules and ensure proper planning and basic services, but the developer should be required share in those costs.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I request Mr. Tudor-Dinka. And my question for you is, the Ward 5 is fast increasing, and the new and the existing communities need better transportation, access to green spaces and parks, better snow removal and summer cleanup. What is your plan to address these issues without increasing the taxes? Your time starts now.
Well, we need to have an evaluation of how much these services cost and to get a better understanding why we haven't received them at the same level as the other cordons of the city. The Northwest, the Southwest, and the Southeast are much better kept areas of the city, and right now the Northeast doesn't get the same service. So we have to evaluate what the current costs are. We have to have community engagement to get a better idea, and we have to demand for the city that we get the same services for the same taxes that we pay. Thank you.
Mr. Jassal. My question is, the Ward 5 is fast increasing, and the new and the existing communities need better transportation, access to green spaces and parks, better snow removal and summer cleanup. What is your plan to address these issues without increasing the taxes? And in Punjabi, I would like to say, Ward number 5 ਤੇਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਕਾਸ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਨਵੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਵਧੇਰੇ ਟਰਾਂਸਪੋਰਟੇਸ਼ਨ, ਪਾਰਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਬਰਫ਼ ਸਾਫ਼ ਕੀਤੇ ਜਾਣ ਤੇ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਫ਼ ਸਫਾਈ ਦੀ ਵਧੇਰੇ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ। ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਯੋਜਨਾ ਹੈ? ਬਿਨਾਂ ਟੈਕਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵਾਧਾ ਕੀਤਿਆਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰੋਗੇ?
This is what my first priority is. Monthly town hall meeting is. I need input from the residents of Ward 5. I need new ideas from you guys, then therefore I can convey to the council that my residents, they want these facilities. And your input, I think that definitely will work for me, and I am on your behalf, I think I can take a strong stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Nijjar sir.
As a ward resident, I also experience this same problem. We have to bring innovation in the policies to improve the snow removal and street cleaning policies. My plan is convert unused city infrastructure into more green spaces. I want to use the optimization software which City of Toronto is already using, that calls ArcGIS. We should look into something like this. We need to bring more awareness to our residents. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Badwan.
First of all, that's also a great question, Rishiji. Northeast is contributing almost 40% of the tax. Are we getting the same quality of life as Calgarian other part of the city, either it's a northwest or northeast, like a southwest? My contribution is, first of all, we need to review the budget. Are we getting the same funding? So we can use that funding to
Here again, yes, please. Mr. Chahal.
I'm not sure where those numbers are from, but starts with safe and clean communities by strong bylaw enforcement, planning and development, a new North Calgary rec facility, better transit for our new northern communities. I will do a full operational review of all city expenditures, all city departments to find savings to pay for these initiatives and work collaboratively with stakeholders, residents, and community associations. Thank you.
Here again we have a short break of 2 minutes. This is something to do with our radio broadcasting thing. That's why we have to take
This
a play field for field hockey, a tennis court, a good sized theatre for performing arts, and a recreational facility. If elected, what type of public facility will you fight for on behalf of the voters? ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਲੋਕ ਲੰਬੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਤੋਂ ਪਲੇਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਦੀ, ਟੈਨਿਸ ਕੋਰਟ ਦੀ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਠੀਕ ਠਾਕ ਸਾਈਜ਼ ਵਾਲੇ ਥੀਏਟਰ ਦੀ ਮੰਗ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਚੁਣੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਸੁਵਿਧਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਾਰਡ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਲਈ ਲੜੋਗੇ? Your time starts now.
So two things, they are already in my agenda and my priorities are, the first one is the same unit as the Genesis Center has to be somewhere close to the Skyview and Redstone. And the second one is about that playground. It's really, we having a really big playground on the backside of Nelson Mandela High School and the Genesis Center. And I will definitely start working on that immediately when I will be elected. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Nijjar. By the end of the debate, you must have completed 3 kilometers.
I think so. Yes, I'm big supporter of sports and arts. We are sitting at Genesis Center. We know it's already overcrowded and population is still growing. And my plan is, if I get elected, I want to bring another field hockey turf, ice hockey rink, and ground for soccer and cricket. If I get elected, I want to work with provincial and federal government to bring more funding for our ward. This is my promise to my ward residents. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Badwan. Sir, do you want me to repeat?
No, I'm good.
It's okay.
This is a very important quality of life issue. As you know, I'm already fighting for the Genesis Center because it's important for the whole Northeast. And that's why the Genesis Center also agreed with me in front of council and opposed this development. That's why I'm saying I'm elected. I will stop the Genesis housing development and I will bring the new development, especially the recreational development, because we fight for this. That's why city told me there's no plan, but they are going to bring another one at the Country Hill. It's already started.
Thank you. Mr. Chahal.
As a hockey player, a soccer coach, Genesis Center expansion, a proper field outside that's level so kids can play, a new North Calgary recreational facility. So we have ice pads. We're a winter city for indoor soccer, for field hockey, track and field. We need a field house. We have 0 in Calgary, 4 in Edmonton. It's ridiculous. Thank you.
Mr. Tudor Dinka.
So currently, as it stands right now, with the 10 communities that make up Ward 5, only 2 of them have a community center. Castle Ridge and Falkridge, they share this space. If I am elected, I will push towards the building of new community centers for the new neighborhoods up in northern part of Ward 5, and also in the expansion of the Genesis Center to have spaces that can also play as a role as a community center for communities such as Martindale, Taradale, and Saddleridge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request Mr. Nijat to please come on the podium. And the question for you is, there is still no clear policy for the secondary suites issue. As a councillor, what will you do to address this problem? What should be the policy and how will you fight for it? Secondary suites वास्ते कई सालों तो कोई स्पष्ट नीति नहीं बनाई गई है. काउंसलर होने के नाते तुसी इस समस्या के हल वास्ते की करोगे? ये नीति किस तरह की होनी चाहिए है ते तुसी इस लिए की कर रहे हो? थोड़ा समा स्टार्ट होंदा हुन.
Rishi ji, it's a very tough and debatable question for our ward. Lots of people are asking me this question on the doors, but if I would answer this, we do need a clear policy on this matter. If I get and go to council, I will highlight the unique nature of this ward to the other other councillors. Also, I want to make the process easy for all the ward residents to get a permit for the legal secondary suites. We have municipal building and plumbing permit extra. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Badwan.
This is also a great question, especially the pulse of the Ward 5. One which show the lack of transparency at the City Hall. And if I get elected, I will make it a simple and straightforward application and clear bylaw for the new and existing developments, right? So the people who are waiting for approval from the City Council, so they go to the City Hall and just file the application with all the checklist, submit their fee, and within 5 to 10 business days, they will get the answer back.
Mr. Chahal.
As I've already stated, I'm in favor of legalizing secondary suites so they're safe and affordable. This is the #1 issue where we can solve the affordable housing crisis in Calgary and other cities across Canada. There's areas where it makes complete sense that the city should approve. Close to public transit, where there's rear lanes, where there's large lots. It's a no-brainer. In other areas where we have parking issues, we need to work with the community and residents to make sure we have a plan. I support it. I'll fight for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dinka.
I think that all the candidates can agree the current policy is flawed. It's an inefficient system that does not allow people to build secondary suites in a consistent manner. There's too many inconsistencies. We have to get rid of the current policy. We have to reanalyze it and implement a new policy that everybody can understand, that everybody can respect, and that everybody can implement. So if I would be elected, that's one of the #1 things I would address. How can we make a uniform policy for everybody in the city so that it can be easily followed? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Jassal. What's it? It's PAL? PAUL. Okay. I'm sorry for that. No, it's okay. I can't do it now.
Okay. So yes, I have a really strong stand for this secondary suite. The reason is that while door knocking in Ward 5, most of residents, they need to know the simple and easy procedure how they can get their basement to be legalized. Right now, I think it's reviewed by the City of Council, by the councillors. It's really long and tough process. So it has to be with the planning and development department in the City Council. This is what I will work when I will be elected. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So again, the commercial break. It's the commercial time for radio, not for here. And the question for you is, taxes have gone up 52% for residents and 70% for businesses over the past 7 years. What will you do as a councillor to keep the taxes under control and in line with the inflation rate? ਪਿਛਲੇ 7 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਘਰੇਲੂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਟੈਕਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ 52% ਤੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਰਟੀ ਟੈਕਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ 70% ਦਾ ਵਾਧਾ ਹੋਇਆ। ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਟੈਕਸਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਹਿੰਗਾਈ ਦੇ ਵਾਧੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਬੂ ਹੇਠ ਰੱਖਣ ਲਈ ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ? Your time starts now, sir.
We have two revenue sources, property taxes and business taxes. We currently have a spending problem. Need to do a full operational review of all city departments, salaries and budgets to find savings so we can deal with the $170 million deficit we currently have. One way is to reduce city pensions. They're extremely high and not aligned. They're 5 times from the private sector. A lot of people are going to make big ideas on this stage, but how will we pay for them? I think that's a question we need to address and ask as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Tudor Dinka. Do you want me to repeat?
No, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So one way we can address the rising property taxes is by having better sustainable urban development. Right now, the city is sprawling way too much. It's stretching out its resources, and we don't have enough people that can contribute for all those services. So if I would be elected, I would bring a proposal at the table where we stop expanding the city, we increase the density in the existing neighborhoods so that the pool of taxes goes up, so we have enough money to adjust all the public services that people need. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Jassal, sir.
So I think is the first thing is the expenses of the city hall spending must be checked and reviewed. The second thing is all the big projects and proposal must bring within the community and public that we can get the input. We should spend the money for that project is or not. So this is what the priority of the monthly town hall meetings of mine are.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Nijjar, sir.
I know property taxes are rising every year. I want to hold the line on property taxes. My understanding say property taxes should align with inflation rate and population growth. I want to reduce the property taxes, bringing new innovation technology at City Hall. I want to set goals for City Hall spending. And I want to talk to the frontline worker. Those are our key and backbone of City Hall. Those are working. I want to take advice how we can make cheaper services to our ward residents. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Badwan, sir.
Council is spending our taxpayer money irresponsibly. That's very clear to everyone. The city is currently overpaying the union contracts and overspending on the art project. Instead of this wasteful spending, we need to use this money to improve our communities, to make our neighborhoods safer, like hire more police officers. Prime example, because we are standing at the Genesis Center, they spend $600,000 on the art project.
Yes. Thank you. I'm just waiting for the signal from my boss. This is for everybody, sir. All the 4 candidates finished their answers in 30 seconds. No, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Yes, sir. I can't help. So this is for everybody, sir. All the 4 candidates finished their answers. Yeah.
भाजी मेरी कार रिपेयर होगी
बस
हो ही गई जी
हीट जल्दी करती
हीट तो जल्दी नहीं हुई
This is Red FM Live, round 3 from Genesis Center for the Ward 5 Councillor Candidate Election Debate.
Of course. You are all my brothers. I am asking everybody.
Rishi ji, Rishi ji,
This mic is not working.
hello. Rishi ji, ਇਹ ਜਾਤੀ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ. That's not fair. ਹੁਣ ਵੀ again, it's not working.
Yes, sir.
You need to pick. ਪਰਚੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਚੀ ਕੱਢਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ. ਮੈਂ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਕਰਦਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਚੀ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੁਲਾਓ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੁਲਾ ਦਿਓ।
Otherwise, it's going to be a personal.
No personal, nothing personal.
I will ask Balraj to come, please.
So your time starts now, sir.
City of Calgary negotiated a 4-year 12.3% deal with the union in 2015. So every year in 2015, 16, 17, and the next year 2018, all the city union employees receive 3 to 4% increase in their salaries and wages. If you are elected in October, what will your position be on the negotiating the next 3-year city union contracts?
I would say, Preet ji, I think you got a wrong information. City doesn't give increment every year, same increment every year, every 4 year or every 3 years. Now this year we are not getting an increment, whatever you are saying. Probably you have a wrong information with you. And as a city employee, I know that we are not getting the same increment this year, Mr. Badwan.
I know, Mr. Balraj, every year is different, but I'm talking when you renew the contract, union contract, that time wasn't 12.3? I'm asking you, that time wasn't 12.3?
In my knowledge, since I'm working with the city of Calgary, I didn't know that. I never got 12.3% increment.
Then you need to check this.
No, but probably in my knowledge, I never got it. Because,
Please.
yeah, after 4 years, we get increment. Yes.
But divide 12.3 into 4 years. What do you think? That's not a 3? You need to know the math. Simple. It's a simple math. If you read the contract, Mr. Najjar, if you need the contract, read the contract. 12.3 was in 2015, and the contract gonna be renewed in 2018. So if you divide in 4 years, that's the 3% per year.
I'm saying you are giving the wrong information.
Thank you.
I don't know from where you got that information. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you. Thank you. I request Mr. Chahal to please come on the podium. ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾੜੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਜਵਾਬ ਰੁਲ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਫਿਰ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਆ. Mr. Chahal, please come here. So pick a candidate so that we can ask the question.
Who should we pick?
Please.
Mr. Badwan.
And for your question, time starts now.
Mr. Badwan, as a proud father of 3 daughters, the question that is most important to me is, if a young man or woman were to come into your office tomorrow looking for some inspiration, what advice would you provide them and to inspire them?
Thank you.
That's
And
Thank
to
you.
answer, now the time, 2 minutes time will start now for you, Mr. Badwan.
That's a great. I will inspire. I will help them. Because if they live doesn't matter if they live in the Northeast or they live somewhere else, I will help them to make sure they are comfortable because they live in this ward or they live in the Calgary. Right? Second thing, no matter what, which religion, where they came from, I will try my best to help them to make it success. So they are feeling comfortable, they live in this. So safety, security, doesn't matter. That's my priority. So they feel safe in this Calgary.
Well,
That's my
you've had two opportunities, once at the University of Calgary CJSW debate, which you did not attend. Also, at the University of Calgary students meet and greet. How will you inspire youth if you do not attend public forums? How will you inspire youth if you do not attend? How will you inspire the youth if you do not attend public forums? It's a simple question. You cannot inspire people if you do not engage with them, if you do not talk to them. That's the important part, inspiring youth.
Can I answer on that?
Yes, please.
I will answer. He is the great example. Because
We deserve better. We need to show up.
Look, just give me a second. He fight for this ward and lost with 33 votes. Where was he last 10 years? All the youth support him. The youth support him that time. Where was he 10 years? If he's talking about me, where was he the last?
Time is over, sir.
That time,
time
you
is
think
over.
about.
May I request Mr. Tudor-Dinka? Please come here and pick a candidate.
I would like Mr. Badwin if he can also come up for my question as well. You're very popular, sir.
And your time starts now, sir.
So,
Rishi,
Yes,
how
your
popular
time
I am.
starts now. Yes.
Everybody want me.
Please start your question.
So, as you might know, sir, the municipalities of Alberta are governed under the Municipal Government Act. Recently, the cities of Calgary and Edmonton have settled on a big city charter. What do you think about this charter? Is it necessary for our cities? If so, why? If not, why? Thank you.
Tudor-Dinka, sorry because they didn't start the clock. So you need to repeat the question, please.
Absolutely, sir. No problem. Can we reset the clock for him?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, the municipalities of Alberta are governed under the Municipal Government Act. Recently, the cities of Edmonton and Calgary have settled on a big city charter. Could you please let me know if you elected as a city councillor, would you want to keep the city charter? If so, why? If not, why? Thank you.
Your time starts now, sir.
Yes, definitely I will make the city shorter because as you mentioned, I'm 100% agree with you because we need to fix the infrastructure problems because city budget is $3.5 billion. So we need to, more than 50% of is going on the salaries. So we have only 40% left. So for the programming, for the other city programs, we need to be very careful on that.
Right, but how will the city charter help you improve?
To fix the bureaucracy.
Okay, more detail, please. Fix bureaucracy in what way?
May I request you to please not disturb the candidates? You can clap, but don't shriek, please.
Because the bureaucracy, they are taking too much money, right? We need to reduce their salaries. Prime example, only Mr. Mayor is the proposal from the council only for mayor to reduce the salary. How about the council? If I'm going to be there, or all the managers, and we need to cut the salaries, we need to bring it down.
That's a local issue, sir. The new big city charter refers to the relationship between the provincial government and the municipal government. Right now, if the city wants to develop in a certain way, it has to keep going back and forth with the provincial government. How it develop its roads, where cyclists can ride, how we develop our LRT system. We are spending too much time negotiating with the province. This is what I was looking for. And by these new city charters, cities that have the majority of the province's population will have more free hand, more free roam in how they develop their cities. This is what I was looking for.
Okay. Definitely I will give you answer on that because right now we are running out of time and only 3 minutes, 3 seconds, but definitely I have a better plan for this.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Jassal, to please come on the podium. Isn't it interesting? Okay. So please select your candidate.
I will request Mr. Balaj Nijjar.
So you will take 30 seconds to answer to question the candidate. Please.
So my question to you, Mr. Balaj, how can you fulfill your promise about the yellow buses promises? Because this is the department under the provincial government is. Thank you.
This is very important question for me, and it's very close to my heart because this is not a just joke for me, because my son is also affected from this change. Second thing I want to clear to you. First of all, I would like to talk all the new school board trustees. I will talk to mayor. I will talk to provincial government. To up to what extent I have to go, I will go for that. If I'm not getting success from that, then I will go for extra funding for Calgary Transit. Because we need dedicated school bus service for our kids. Why? Because kids are our kids are our future. We do need to provide them safer and healthier environment. Mr. Jassal, this is very close to me. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with your statement, but I don't think it's easy for a councillor to approach all these bodies you're talking about. So I hope that can you explain your role when you're approaching these bodies? You're talking about the provincial government or mayor or other people. Is it easy as a councillor because you are the part of the council? Because this is not under the city.
This is very easy. As a common person, I already approached Education Minister, Premier of Alberta. I already approached everybody. I already approached to our mayor.
But the results...
So as if I sit as a councillor, as an elected official, definitely I have a power. Then I can go and talk to all the other elected officials. Then it can make a difference. But it happened because our elected officials not living in this ward. That's why it happened. Probably if our elected officials are living in this ward, probably we won't face this problem. That's what.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Nijjar. Change the podium now. Come this side.
So,
Yes. Who do you want to come?
this is very tough now. Sorry, brothers, my fellow candidates. Don't take it personal,
Yeah, please.
right? And I would request. First, I would request Mr. Nagar,
No,
if
I'm
I
not
can
the
skip,
candidate.
if I can skip this
Yeah, sure.
my turn,
It's up to you.
right?
Yeah, sure.
And
No, it's not.
No.
No, you
No.
have to ask.
okay, then I would like to call Mr. Badwan.
So you have 30 seconds to complete your question, please. May I request you to please keep silence, please. Question.
Okay, Mr. Badwan, we were talking about the city charters. Can you explain what is that, please?
Your answer, your time starts now, sir.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What's the city charter? City charters? Why the city council charters? Like what's the meaning of that? Okay, I will make it simplify. So can you tell me like
You have
what
only-
kind? Please.
You will take more time. You have
Okay.
30 seconds.
Okay. So my question is, how much a city can take a loan? What it our shows in our city charter?
ਰਾਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਕੋਈ ਏਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ
Okay,
ਤੁਸੀਂ
so-
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਦੱਸ ਦਿਓ नहीं नहीं
So my question is,
नहीं नहीं
No, Raji, no.
ना ना तू पीछे खड़ा इधर तक करिए ना तो इथे आ जा
no, please. My question is, how much city can take a loan from any organizations, from banks?
Please.
What is written in our city charter?
Please.
First of all, I'm not on that position right now. I'm a candidate. I don't know anything about that, right? You're not the right person to ask me this question. The time I'm gonna go there, that's not the councillor. That's not the councillor duty to tell you how much you're gonna take loan. That's
May I request you to please listen to
This is very simple question, Mr. Badwan. Every
mechanism.
councillor candidate should read the charter first, then
We
should
will-
not run for the election. I can tell you
Please
2
listen to
times
the
of
candidate.
total
We-
revenue.
Definitely
2
we
times
will-
out of-
we-
This is very basic question. It's written already in our city charter. 2 times of total revenue. Thank you.
I can tell you everything. Do you know what is the actual budget and how much they are going to spend?
So
and
three-
where they're going to spend? What you raised the question about the
I'm talking-
yellow bus. Do you know that part?
I'm not talking about yellow bus.
That's not
I'm
even-
talking
that's
about
not
our
even
city
in your
charter.
con-
Time is
Yes, I'm
over.
talking about
Not
city
under
charter.
your control.
Thank you.
You're
So,
asking me
thank
that
you.
question.
So it was really indeed very interesting. ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਵਾਂਢਣੀਆਂ ਬੁੜੀਆਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੜਦੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਅੱਜ ਪਿੰਡ ਚੇਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ So we are moving towards the last round of the debate today. Sir. ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ
ਨਿਰਵਾਣਾ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਮਾਣ ਗੁਰਦਾਸ ਮਾਨ ਲਾਈਵ ਇਨ ਕਨਸਰਟ
And everyone who are physically here and listening on the Red FM, Rishi ji, Red FM, Genesis Center, and all of the fellow candidates. You all have heard me loud and proud resident of the Northeast. If given chance, I will bring the power back to the resident so that they can make their own decision for the betterment of the Northeast. In my past, I will prove myself again in the future, no matter what happened on October 16. Any councillor can do anything by themselves. I need your support now to win this election and in future to build the Northeast great and beautiful. My vision is for a better, brighter future for the Ward 5. I believe it's our responsibility, it's your responsibility, and our leaders' responsibility to make this happen. We have had enough of not being heard, of being ignored. We need a real change at City Hall. It's my humble request to you, please join me in bringing this change. Thank you so much. Bye.
May I request Mr. Chahal?
15 seconds.
No, you will have 90 seconds. It's all technical glitches. It's the part and parcel of us. Please, your time starts now.
First of all, Mr. Badwan, you have misled and deceived the public on this park issue. I challenge you to a debate anytime, any place, this week if you'd like. On October 16th, the residents have a choice to make. All the candidates have taken their time from their work and families. I encourage all of you to vote, as it is an essential part of our democracy. All of our ancestors, and even some of our older listeners, fought for our freedom and democracy. I believe I have the educational and business experience, but also over the last 30 years, I've been volunteering, whether it be coaching soccer or with our community associations. My final message for the residents of Ward 5. We have an opportunity to do something different. We have opportunity to say no to old style politics, no more photo culture. What we can do together is to build a strong Ward 5. I want your children to be the next leaders, the community builders. A young man or woman who lives in Calgary, I want them to aspire to be our future leaders in our community and country. This city has given me everything and made me the person who I am today. And I will fight for it and be a strong voice for Ward 5. I hope I can earn your vote on October 16th. Thank you.
May I request Mr. Tudor? No. Yeah, you can. You have to decide it, please. No. Yeah, sure, I will. Please, Mr. Tudor, Deka. Your closing remarks, please.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for coming to this debate again. I just want to say really quick, for my closing statement, I want to go back a little bit in history. If you look in 2013, during the last municipal election, there were a few wards that had a voter turnout in the 30%. Then there were some other voter turnouts that were in the 50-something%. Do you know why we had this big difference? The flood of 2013. In some wards of the city, we needed such a tragic event like the flood to take place for people to come out to vote. We have to change this culture from being reactive to being proactive. I, as your councillor, understand the importance of this election. The old neighborhoods need to be rebuilt for our modern needs, for what we need for 2020 and what we need for 2025. The newer communities that we're building right now, we have to do the same thing, because what we will be building today, we are going to build for the future. The way people will live in the new neighborhoods, this is how they will live in the next 20 to 30 years. If I will not be your counselor for 10, 20 years, at the very least, I can be your counselor for 4 years and start it right. Vote for me, and I'll promise a commitment that will put us on the right path for the next 20 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Jassal, for your final words, your final pitch. Your time starts now.
Thank you very much for your time you spare for this event. As I said, my focus and my vision is your expectation, your voice. I will definitely convey with the honesty in the council. And within 5 years, my best leadership and other skills, I am right now as a provincial director and other chairs. So I hope that you will give me a big platform to serve you as a councillor for Ward 5. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Balraj Nijjar. Why should people vote for you? Your time starts now.
Sorry for interrupting. If you allow me, can I give my final statement in Punjabi? Because we have a maximum listener in Punjabi.
No.
Okay, no problem at all. Okay, can you start my time again, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you.
Please reset the time. Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, I would request all the voters, please vote, must vote. I proudly say, Ward 5 is my home, where I'm living for last 10 years. As a common person, I'm running my campaign from grassroots. There's no big money behind me. I'm a common person like you. I'm a common person like all the hardworking people. Those are sitting here and listening at home. I proved myself. I worked on Methi Trail expansion. I worked on flight path when the new runway opened and flights made our nights sleepless. I worked on that and I was successful that time. And it is successful, I say it is successfully running now. I worked on airport trail expansion, Martha's Ways and 80th Avenue traffic lights, 52nd and Country Hills traffic lights. I believe every promise needs proof, and I did prove myself. So please vote on October 16th and send me to the city hall. So can I say Ward 5 be a stronger ward?
15
I would
seconds.
say Ward 5 stronger, Calgary is stronger. That's my motto. Thank you very much.
It has been a wonderful
15
experience
seconds.
today. For the last 1.5 hours we have spent together. I thank you very much for sparing this much of time from your busy schedules. Thank you very much. See you after 4 years.